Cafe Anyway.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Welcome to episode 2454. It is Mike Matthews somewhere in Podcastro Valley and
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Cafe Anyway. Hey, it's Mike Matthews, and today is not the best day for a lot of things. And I must say that I could talk about the news and talk about some stuff, but that's not gonna work for me because that's kind of rough. And I'm gonna tell you right now that the podcast picture is of a beautiful cloud. A beautiful fluffy cloud.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I took a picture of this, I think on Monday, when you were all enjoying 4th of July and blowing things up and making it
Mike's
virtually impossible
Daily
for me to get any sleep.
Podcast. Yeah!
All right. I'm already enjoying the Brewmaster's root beer today. He told me to drink it or he would cut me. And that's not very nice, is it? But thank you for listening to the podcast. If you've never listened to this before, I pity you. But if you have, thank you. And tell your friends and, you know, make a little quilt or something, a little sign, hang it over the side of the bridge over the freeway. No, don't do that, because if it falls, I might get in trouble. But why does everybody do that? Oh, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that because someone might do it and then I get in trouble. Because we're that kind of a world where we're always afraid of everything. And we shouldn't live in fear, should we? Nope. Today, I'm going to discuss something that's probably affecting you. And once upon a time, you probably thought this would never affect you, but it is affecting you now. And what is that? Well, being camera ready. A lot of us having to get on those video calls, those virtual meetings or video chats. And perhaps we are not completely, prepared? In fact, what I'm going to do right now, because I do this for every podcast, if you did not know this, is I do a little videoette. And I'm wearing my cheater glasses at the moment, so...
And here's today's podcast picture.
Not exact... the cloud thing I was talking about earlier is what it is. So, see that picture at mikesdailypodcast.com. And you can also see me do this really short videoette. Oh my gosh, I'm inadvertently advertising a radio station that no longer exists. How cool is that? But yes, I am advertising also Mike's Daily Podcast, the wall of CDs, here at Cafe Anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley. Oh, these are why I only wear these one... These glasses are not the best. Not the best. Oh, Basil the Boxer. The late, great Basil the Boxer. Mike'sDailyPodcast.com. You can see a bunch of great podcast pictures of Basil. Today, though, no, it's going to be of a cloud. Yeah, wow. This is not a good look for me. Probably not the best video ever uploaded to YouTube, which I'm doing right now. Personally, I'm into watching the live bears at Katmai National Park. At this moment, 1.2 thousand people are watching it. It was started 2 weeks ago, and people like to watch the big fluffy bears trying to eat the salmon as the salmon are running upstream and all that. So perhaps you're asking yourself, hey, I have to get on and do a Zoom call in the morning. How do I look my best? First off, if you are going to do a radio show, any kind of radio show, if let's say you get invited by NPR to be on the radio and they're asking you to do Zoom, or for some of you old-timers, Skype, or perhaps even the what's the one that Google, now they have meetups or meets, Google Meet chat up, chatting me up, whatever that is. So the point is, if you're going to do any of those, here's what you need to know. Some of the new habits many of us were forced to adopt during the pandemic look like they're continuing. millions of people continue to work from home, either full-time or in a hybrid office-home setup. We had a guy recently come back to work. I've been back to work well over a year. I do work a little bit from home in the morning, but then I have to roll into work and take care of stuff, as only someone who is in a managerial position can do. But we got this one guy, he's a little bit older than me, and he goes in. So he fought tooth and nail. He did not want to come back to work. He's like, no. I like this working from home thing. This is awesome. And I think part of it is he's got an extra house that he's using that was something that he inherited. And so they're basically using the house. That was his work office. And he loved not being around anybody, being near anybody. He liked, having the quiet. But when you're back at work, well, everybody is popping into your office, and there's always that guy who wastes entirely too much time. And he just wants to say, hey, what's going on? Like in the Office Space movie and Office and everything else, The Office and everything else that talks about working in offices and people just doing that coffee, holding the coffee, talking to you, or the water cooler talk, and they just chit chat and, hey, how's that weather going? And you're like, oh, I've got work to do. Go away. But this guy that loves working from home, and he had to come back to work, because that's how my company is now. You need to work in the building. He just goes into his room, into his office, and never leaves. He just shuts the door and never leaves. The door is never open. It's shut. And he's in there, and he's all I think I'm the only one that sees him, because I'll go in and talk to him, but I think the rest of us at work we all avoid him, and he loves it. He loves it. But he might as well just be working from home, he probably would say, as we go outside of cafe anyway. Because that's what you miss. You miss the social interaction, like we just had inside there with all those people. There's a couple people out here on the patio. This amazing weather we're having here in the Bay Area. It has been, even in the slightly inland area here of the East Bay, Podcastro Valley, we're a little bit more inland than other parts of the Bay. So it does get a little bit warmer here. But it's been so cool and calm. Not hot. Not wicked July hot. Nice calming breeze blowing through. It's so nice. Oh. So a lot of us working from home still, or doing some maybe Zoom calls in the morning. And a lot of us had to go and try and pay more, get that better package through our cable provider or whoever's supplying the internet to your house. Getting the better speed, the better performance, upload speed, download speed, etc. Trying to get the fast Wi-Fi. But nowadays, people have maybe hybrid office home setups. They got fast Wi-Fi, lightweight laptops, clear web cameras for video chats. What a concept. And basically no setup. They just open up their laptop. There's a camera right there. You press a couple buttons, bam, you're off to the races. Why you would go to the races, I don't know. Maybe that's your thing. You like to sit there and watch things race. Cars, horses, dogs, greyhounds. I actually went to one of those with my late mom in Florida. All the dogs are well taken care of. Yeah, but... All right. And by the way, that place shut down. So, video calling. Regardless of your preferred video calling platform, Zoom, of course, the most popular. Then there's Microsoft Teams. I've actually never used that. Google Meet, used that. WebEx meetings, they've been around forever. I knew somebody that worked for WebEx. I knew two people that worked for WebEx on opposite sides of the state of California. And they were coworkers. And they developed a bit of a relationship with each other using the WebEx technology while they worked for WebEx. Talk about product testing or something. Testing the product with the employees. So you want a strong signal because video calling can be bandwidth intensive. So you got to have a strong Wi-Fi connection. You may need to work closer to your router. You can purchase a new router or even a whole home mesh system. If you're like me, who doesn't want to deal with that because that can get costly and be a lot of shopping around and just annoying, I just end up renting from my cable provider. Now, it's probably money I'm throwing away, but if they ever upgrade or anything, they take care of it all. Be sure to have good lighting in the room so others can see you clearly. You can see clearly in the YouTube videoette that I uploaded today that I got a lot of fluorescent light happening here at Cafe Anyway. Even outside of Cafe Anyway, there's fluorescent light. Because the moon is fluorescent. It's a neon moon. And that is why Brooks and Dunn are singing about it now. I spend most every night beneath the light of a neon moon. So when you lose your one and only, there's only room here for lonely. Good job, Brewmaster. Thanks, Mac. Oh boy. Then, be sure to have good lighting in the room, an affordable floor lamp or tabletop light placed behind your computer and pointed towards you will work wonders. That little ring thing, maybe. You've seen people with the ring fluorescent light. Don't point the camera up your nose. No one wants to look at your nostrils. Angle the camera slightly down instead of up for a more flattering angle. And I totally did not follow that advice with the little videoette. If need be, place some books under your laptop. What a great idea. Books. That's what we're using books for. Not for knowledge and to increase our brain and to help lift up the society in which we live and the culture. Nope. We're using it to lift up our laptops. Virtual makeover. If you don't feel camera ready, most programs offer touch-up filters to make you look fresher and younger, but believe me, we all know you're using it. You're not fooling anybody. But I guess you can check the settings menu. And all major chatting platforms offer virtual backgrounds. No green screen needed. You can simply blur what's behind you. That annoys me. That makes me think you're sitting in a fog. In a fog bank somewhere. What are you, in London? What are you at the why don't I hear a lighthouse and a foghorn going? If you're going to do it, have the foghorn going regularly. I love foghorns and leghorns. You can do better than a webcam's integrated microphone because you need to be heard and you need to hear. The webcam's integrated microphone is always, how do I put this politely? Crap. You need to purchase a USB mic for your laptop and a high quality pair of either Bluetooth earbuds or something that will improve the incoming audio on your end. Speak close to the microphone. 9 times out of 10, if I am listening to a news radio program, usually on NPR, and hey, we're talking to our guest now. This is Professor So-and-so talking about the Supreme Court. Professor So-and-so, what do you think about the latest there? Well, Mike, the fact that they voted in such unison shows that the pressing they don't care about the society. They so far away from the microphone. I cannot hear them. I hate the echo. I hate the sound of you in a cavern. Unless you're actually in a cavern, then that's really cool. Tell me about the hieroglyphs you see on the wall. Tell me about the stalactites and the stalagmites and the wonderful bats flying around you. But if you're not in a cavern, why do you sound like it? It's because you do not know where your microphone is, and people have not I can't get this to be a thing. Except, however, it is right here in the Costco connection, so maybe it is starting to become a thing. And thank you to Mark Saltzman for writing this. He is the tech journalist and host of the Tech It Out podcast. He answers selected questions in the column that he has in the Costco connection. And then whether you're investing in a webcam or a laptop or a desktop computer, yes, people still buy those. They can be very handy too. They say look for a webcam with at least HD quality, and that's just coming down in price as time goes on. Some have 4K resolution or even more detail. A few models have a light ring around the lens. The light ring is so amazing. It can help illuminate you and make you look better. Just don't overdo it. A lens cover is ideal for added privacy since you can close the shutter when you're not using it. And you don't have to worry about someone hacking into your... Yes, because that's a thing. Hacking into your camera. And many webcams have a noise reduction or noise canceling microphone. Video chat software can help too. So look for that. Noise reducing, noise canceling microphones. And you want to Zoom and other platforms actually have noise suppression options in the settings menu. Sometimes it works a little too good. And we've actually had problems with it in the radio business with someone having it on and then we get like a bad quality of the microphone. It cuts them out too much or something. But the fact is you can get as close to that microphone as you want because of the noise suppression options that are going on in the Zoom, which you can, they're options and you can manipulate them in the settings menu. Invest in a good chair with lower back support. Place your monitor straight on so you're not turning your head, and also consider an ergonomic mouse and keyboard to reduce health issues. I cannot stand those weird mouses that got the ball on them. I've never been able to figure that out. I guess some people love them and they once they go use those, they never go back to the old style mouse. And then finally it says here, use the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, take a 20-second break and focus your eyes on something at least 20 feet away. Also get some exercise during the day and walk around the block. Even if that's all you can do, that's still a lot. Better than doing nothing. Outside a cafe anyway. Speaking of being outside, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, look who's here. Hi, Mark. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How you doing? Answer this Colonel Phil player tell you what. What? Am I close enough to the microphone, Mark? Am I close enough? Am I close enough? Yeah. Let me ask you, does the microphone smell like a beer? Yeah, it smells like a Billy Joel. Tell you what. What? Please don't rant anymore about people talking too far away from microphones. You do that about once a month. But it's true. I know it's true. I'm far away from the microphone now. I can tell, yeah, it's somewhat obvious. And look who else is here. Hello, Mike. I make the delicious root beer. I have been enjoying your delicious root beer during the program. Thank you. It's very good, and I think it has a interesting aftertaste. Yeah, drink it right now. Okay. That's called lemon. Ah, lemon. A little bit of lemon, a little citrus, a little acidity. Acidity. Next show, it'll be the wonderful Matt Rutabaga, Valentino, and Bison Bentley. What do you think about all of this tech stuff?
Call now. 336-MM Daily.
You can call me 336-MM Daily. 3 + 3 = 6. MM is in Mike Matthews. Daily is in what this podcast is. Do you like being antisocial? Do you miss being more social at work? What? And you can also email me, and more info on that, it's A-Frame.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye!